Hello, this is the Captain Paxo welcoming you to my Pixelmon series on the pokecentral server. I'll try that again. pokecentral.org if you're wondering. That's the server IP. So here we are, picking our starter as everybody does, as you have to do because it's Pokemon, isn't it? I'm going to go with Trico because Trico was literally the first starter that I ever picked in any Pokemon game ever, so got a little bit of fondness for it. And here we are in this building, research lab I guess it would be. That's where you get your starter in the games, showing off the original Gen 1 starters. I can imagine a lot of people going for them because they're Gen 1. And this is the spawn. Few people with some pretty crazy shinies or whatever. Honestly, I'm not even in the least bit interested in shiny. It's just a palette swap. I mean, it's rare. That's about the only part I'm interested in. It's rare. I don't really see the craze about it, but you know, some people are really into it. I'm not. So I'm just going to go around and I'm going to try and train up my Trico, get it leveled up a little bit, just to be able to fight some other stuff and catch some stronger Pokemon and all that. So after doing a little bit of that, I do an RTP, end up in this sunflower plains and roofed forest kind of area. So I'm going to stick around here, see if I can't find a flying Pokemon, because I kind of want to get a flying Pokemon so I can fly around. Just makes transportation a lot easier. And I do. I find a couple of Starlies, 2 Starlies to choose from, both pretty low level. I managed to pick up some Ultra Balls from the daily vote crate, which is really useful. So I'm gonna use them. Weaken the Starly just a little bit. Just enough to where it's in the red health. I feel like in the Pixelmon mod, catch rate isn't affected by level. I don't know if this is true, but I just feel like it. Cause look, level what is that? Level 6 Starly at red health, and it broke out of an Ultra Ball. An Ultra Ball. And it did it twice. So yeah, has to be, right? Catch rate, it's not indicated by Pokemon's level like it is in the game. This is ridiculous. I have pretty much one last shot at this, or else my Trico's gonna faint. And I don't have access to the Poke Heal command because I'm not high enough rank or whatever. But there we go. We managed to catch it. And there's something that I'm not used to. Pokemon gaining XP after you catch a Pokemon. I don't really like it, because if you want to catch a lot of Pokemon with just using one of your team, it'll end up leveling that one up, and then it can get a little bit awkward to do enough damage to get it to the point, to get it to red health or whatever you want to do before you catch it. Just to checking out the natures. Decent natures. They're not awful. They're not good. They're just not awful. And that's all I really care about, because getting a perfect nature is just so tiresome. But here I'm gonna chop down some trees in this taiga, and I'm going to claim this little spot as my home. So I guess the overall goal of this series is to challenge all the 8 gyms and beat them. But the gyms on this server are run by players. You can do NPC battles, but I want to do player battles because it'll make it a little bit more interesting, a little bit more challenging. So I'm going to have to get some pretty decent teams. And the first gym is a rock gym, if I remember correctly. So fighting, grass, water. I think ground is super effective against rock as well. Steel. Gonna have to get stuff like that. But because it's a player gym, they know that you're going to be going for that, trying to type advantage the rock, so they can kind of counterplay that by getting, say, a water rock or a grass rock, and then it makes it a little bit more interesting. So you have to get like counters to their counters, if you know what I mean. But I'm gonna leave that be for now. Kind of don't really want to see me building my house because it takes quite a while. But I'm now underground just looking for some resources, and I found this dungeon, and because it's Pixelmon, no mobs are gonna spawn, so I can just go in and loot it free of annoyance, I guess. Some good old resources there. Got a lot of useless stuff here. A lot of food, some saddles. What is that, like seeds? Bucket. What do I use the bucket for? Crafting something or other. I know you need it for crafting something or other, but I can't remember what. Get a golden apple, which would be useful because in the normal mod you can use the golden apple to craft a rare candy, but that's disabled on this server because I think it's like, I think they consider it a little bit too strong, maybe. But a little bit further down underground, and I found some diamonds, which is very useful because I need that to make a poker healer. And some firestones as well, which would be awesome. I could get like a Ninetales or Arcanine, Flareon, whatever. I'll see what I want to use it on. It is a little bit laggy. That's just the server and probably my internet as well. And around lava, lag, not fun. So I'm gonna block this all off whilst I mine it. But yeah, diamond pretty important for getting the Poke Center healer, because I'm not anywhere near a Poke Center. So I'm gonna use this instead. Could do the kit / daily kibble, but I don't actually know about that at this point because this is like, well, this is day 1. So I went back to spawn, and I'm just gonna beat up on a load of Pokemon until my Starly evolves into a Staraptor and I can ride it. And I do have Zero's waypoints installed, so I know where my home is, which is great because at this point I kind of didn't do like a claim, or I didn't set home rather. Yeah, I didn't set home. I tried to set home in a way that didn't work. I did a different command and that command turned out to not work, so I was like, well shit, I'm going to have to get a Staraptor and I'm going to have to fly over there, which is, according to the waypoint, 20,000 blocks away. It was a long ass journey. About 3 hours. It wasn't about 3 hours, but it was a really long time of just holding down the W button and occasionally depressing space. As you can see here, Starly has evolved into Staravia, so we're one step closer to getting our Staraptor and making a very, very long journey home. Level 15, I think Staravia evolves at, I'm not going to pretend I know what level it evolves at, but in preparation for the rock gym, I decided to try and catch a Corphish. I have no idea if I'm actually going to use this Corphish because a lot of water moves are special, and I think Corphish is a physical attacker. That doesn't mean Corphish is a bad Pokemon, far from it. It's just I kind of want some really good stab moves for the rock gym. It's just going to be really useful. Special attack, or minus special attack plus special defense. I'm not sure if that's good or just kind of neutral for Corphish. We'll find out. Like I said, I'm not even sure if I'm going to use Corphish. But I found this fairly high level trainer. At this point I've leveled up Staravia quite a lot. I haven't leveled up Trico at all. So I'm going to take out this trainer, and that is going to level me up to the point where I can actually ride on Staraptor, evolve Staravia into Staraptor, and ride off into the sunset towards my home, and set my home once I get there, because good God, I do not want to forget that again, because it took so long last time. So this is just a bug type trainer. Very simple when you've got Aerial Ace on a flying type. So there we go. There's the defeat. There's the evolution. Looking pretty good. And yeah, like I said, I'm just going to get on my Staraptor and I am going to ride off into the sunset. And this has pretty much been the first episode of my Pixelmon series. In the future, they will be live commentary. The next few are going to be post-commentary, but I think I want to do live com. But anyway, thank you very much for watching, and I'll catch you next time.